Okay, so what's your plan with him today?
I'm going to do as similar as possible to what we did yesterday and push him out to one of the panels on the offside or far side of the pen. Have him stand there, and then move him. And once we get to that, I'll turn around, have him turn around and face me, and see how submissive he is. And after that, then I'll probably move him around the pen in circles and see how we work that way. And if all goes well, I'll take him out and we'll go for a ride.
Yeah, I think you're smart to check submission. The basic plan is, and I'm just repeating, your exercises in concepts instead of specific exercises.
Okay.
So you're going to take control of the area. You're going to assert your right to control the entire area.
Right.
Check his submission. Check his willingness to take direction calmly. Address his needs as far as what he needs from you, as far as a leader who can move him without scaring him.
And without aggression.
And without aggression. Keep in mind, when you see those things that we classify as aggression, the head toss and the kicking and stuff like that, remember, if he really wanted to kick you, you would have been kicked already.
Yeah.
A lot of that is, take it as he is giving you information about where he is at the time.
And it probably is frustration.
Well, it could be frustration. I would say a good deal of it could be frustration. I think what we just saw right there was, I'm not sure, it was some activation, a little bit of excess energy there. Certainly he did not threaten us.
No, not like he did yesterday.
Right. One of the other reasons horses will do that is it's a defensive mechanism. They have to be running, he's moving away from you as he's throwing those feet, and that's very much a defensive technique. So if you're going to explore that, explore it as, why is this horse being defensive? And that goes to the amount of pressure that's being used. And not just from your proximity, but from your total body language.
Okay.
And the first thing you need to check when you see that,
Where am I standing? How am I standing?
What's my attitude?
That was next.
Yeah, because your attitude is going to affect all the rest of that.
Okay.
Your attitude will affect how hard you push him, and your attitude will affect whether or not you're able to recognize that he did something
Good.
worth pointing out for praise. And the more you point out good things and tell him he's right, the less likely he is to be defensive.
And the faster he calms down from what
Absolutely.
I noted yesterday.
So you can, if you thought about it, I think you can clearly understand why that was the one thing I really rode you on.
Yes.
Saying, I took you to task for it. Anything else, I was just pointing out what you needed to do and helping you through it. But as far as chewing you out for anything, the only thing I really chewed you out for was not finding those opportunities to say, yes, good. Now, the message that goes with that, I've thought a couple of times I needed to point this out, but keep forgetting. Do you now see how important that tertiary reinforcer, yes, is? Because you're telling him you're on the right track. You haven't quite got there yet. I'm not gonna, but you're on the path to reinforcement. That's the correct path. And it's just like taking directions going from point A to point B in a busy city. It is really helpful for somebody to say, you're headed the right direction.
Okay.
Just getting that piece of information will reduce all of the stress, all the anxiety, all the defensiveness. So when you say, yes, I want you to put genuinely thrilled and happy that he's doing it into your voice when you say that. Okay, well, let's get going.